Good afternoon, people. Here I am back again, but this time I'm on my own Facebook where I'm at. What I'm going to go over is something that I've been doing. This makes, I think, the 5th or 6th chapter in what I've been going over about the juvenile system for kids. If you want to know more about it, just scroll down to my website here, the post here, and you'll find it says The Village. Click on it, and it'll start you from the very beginning of what I'm talking about now. For the people just hear me now, just start to listen to what's going on. Excuse me, the quick interview on all of us is very simple. I got a little girl that's going on 12. She was born addicted to crack cocaine. Her mother, as a matter of fact, gave birth to her, and now she's smoking a bowl of crack cocaine. I adopted her because her mother finally signed her over to us because she didn't like paying child support. Later on, about a year and a half later, she gave birth to a little boy. He's going on 11 now. He'll be 11 years old the first of this coming year. And I've been in the system fighting, trying to get him out of the system for 11 years now. And it's just the way that the judges is set up. I wrote letters to congressmen. I wrote letters to the governor. I went to Channel 3, the Fox over in Columbus there, and I live here in Phoenix City, Alabama. The judges we got and the lawyers and the way it's set up here in Phoenix City is sort of like a racket. They'll send you away for 3 months, bring you back, same old, all over again. What it is that I don't think our people that's at the top of the totem pole, in other words, like your governor, your congressman, all of them, they look for DHR to answer all the questions and take care of the matter. The problem is it's not DHR's problem. DHR fills out reports, send them in to the judges. Judges make decisions on what they're going to do for that child's life. Now you say, well, now that's what. Now let me say this much. I believe everybody deserves a fair chance in life. They mess up, we all do. And we deserve another chance of what we do to correct ourselves. But you know, even with convicted felons, they had a law passed one time, 3 strikes you're outlaw. If you remember it, some people do, may still have it. In other words, if you commit a felony 3 times, they put you away, and you're more or less like a menace to society because you're not going to change. You had the opportunity to do so. Well, that's the same thing these mothers and fathers is out there, or they call themselves that prefer to keep their drugs and their partying over their kids. That they really didn't deserve the kid to start with. The child has to go through all the torment they have to with the courts and everything else. I know for 11 years now what always amazed me about the whole thing was that every time I went to court they always said, bring the child. You got to have the child out there. In 11 years of Justin going to court, he's been in front of a judge one time. Angel's been in front of me one time, and she's about 4 months old, then 5. So what's the purpose of bringing them if you ain't gonna ever talk to them or listen to them or even see them? A lot of these judges don't like to put pictures with names. I think you need to. So when a name goes through your mind as Angel, you're gonna look at that little girl you looked out in your courtroom and seen that day, or Justin, that little boy. And you're gonna think about where you sent that kid back, to the wars that you just pulled him out of. Because the person had a chance time and time again to change it, but they did. And the courts wanted to make a little bit more money off of it, so they kept running the system over and over and over. And then when you buck the system and buck a judge or something, he's like a god. You don't talk back to him. Well, let me tell you something. He's not no god. I don't talk back. I'm 63 years old. I ain't got a home with them poor no man. If the man's wrong, he's wrong. The man ain't willing to look at these kids and see how much torment they've been going through for all these years because of judges like him. Then we need to get rid of these judges. Not DHR. And some of these lawyers that goes through this system every day could care less if the kid gets out or not. You'll be ashamed of yourself. And there's going to come a time you will answer to the real judge of all. And the judge will also. Or you will answer for what you're doing. It's not right. It's not right to these kids. It's not right to none of them at all for what's going on. It saves the taxpayers a lot of money too if they come in there and say, hey, look, quit paying all these lawyers this money here, because every time you go to court, whether you know it or not, and you ain't got a lawyer, they give you one. Even Justin's got a lawyer, which she's seen him one time, I think, or twice in over a year. They really keep in touch with a child, don't you? Well, that's just the way they play their games. Roll out the money, pay us the money, we'll look at it, okay, do whatever you want to, Judge, and be done with it. Keep them out 3 months, bring them back, do it again. Same old, same old, same old. I call it a racket, because they got to be money involved in it. If not, they wouldn't keep doing this. They'd go and put the kids in a safe place and leave them there. They wouldn't keep dragging them through the same thing over and over again. But it's a disgrace that we sit back and allow these judges and all these people do this to these kids that ain't got the right to do that. If you burn out, quit your job. Find you another judge. But you don't need to be a judge if you're going to continue to do such stuff as that. Me, you don't scare me, never have, never will. I'll tell you that now. I got to go back before this judge again. I mentioned his name before. I tried to avoid from mentioning his name, but to me it ain't worth it. But he's over the juvenile system here in Phoenix City, one of them. I'm not going to sit back and say all judges like that, for they're not. There's some good ones in the bunch, just like there's some bad ones. And a few bad apples run the whole bucket of apples. And you know it just as good as I do. So they need to come down here and look at this matter, do something about it. And when you write these people and send them things and everything else, they return to send on one mail from the congressman or nothing. I ain't heard from none of the rest of them not yet. And these people you're supposed to get in touch with about these judges to file a complaint, I'll send you the paperwork to do something. I ain't heard from them yet, been over a week. We're going on 2 weeks now. But I called them back thanks to the governor. She connected me up to their office to make sure that I get to make another complaint about it and see if they'll send me the paperwork need to be sent. Which it ain't nothing but just a loophole you got to jump through, because no matter what you say, they're not going to do nothing to these judges. They're not going to get rid of them. They're going to leave them right there where they at because they've been to college. And you can't do that. They got too much money tied up in them. And these people spent too much money to get this degree they got. Well, you got a great degree, but you lost your common sense down the road somewhere. You need to go back and pick it back up. Because stupidity is stupidity the way you look at it. And for you to go and put a child back in the same danger you just took him out of, that's stupidity. I'll be the first to tell you that. I had a judge one time tell me stupidity to the law is no bad excuse but your own. So that goes back to you, Judge. That's it. And the one that's having the answer for it is the child. We're so busy bickering between one another, me and this judges and everything else, that the main issue is the child. They don't need to be overlooked at all just because me and him don't see eye to eye. We're supposed to be grown men. We need to act like it. I'm on here not just because of Justin and Angel, but I'm on here for a lot of kids that's going to go before these judges all over this great state of Alabama, Georgia, all over the whole United States. They're going to be kids going before judges. And maybe that judge woke up on the wrong side of the bed that day and he just didn't like kids or something. And he turned on them. And he sent them back to the pack of wolves that just got out of it. He would be ashamed of himself. He should never even went to work that morning or stayed home. Because judges, let me tell you a secret. These people you dealing with, little lives, they're our future. And they the ones going to make decisions on down the road. They the ones that's going to come back and haunt you for what you've done to them. So it's always best to think about what you do before you do it. True mother, I always use this little quote out of the Bible. The greatest judge in the world. 2 women come to him about one child. Both said it was mine. What did he say? Cut the child in half. The true mother said no, let the other woman have it. Because she loved her child good enough that he'd been better off alive with somebody else than for it to die. How many true mothers have we got out there that saying, hey look, I'm not ready to give up my drugs, my partying, and let these people just keep this child and raise it. That's a true mother. I got more respect for a woman to walk away from it and give it up to be raised right than to keep playing this game of dragging this child in and out of what's going on in life itself, but it's not right for that child. It's not right for that mother to do that neither. That child didn't ask to be born, he was born, or she was born. Same way with our abortions. I disagree with that 100%. God gave you the greatest gift in the world to have a child, and then you just cast it to the side. But you will answer for that also. Each and every one of us will answer for what we do wrong. The problem is the people in this world today, they don't think there's a God in heaven. They don't think they're going to be judgment. What a surprise they got coming forward, whether they realize it or not. I believe in calling things as they are. I believe in the King James Version of the Holy Bible. I'm a Baptist. Or if I was a Methodist or Presbyterian, it don't matter. I still believe Jesus Christ was the Son of God Almighty, and that's just the way I look at him. And and that's the way it is. A lot of things that God already passed judgment on. Read the Bible. He'll tell you what they are. I don't have to. But I know this for a fact. He don't like you picking on his kids. That's his kids. He gave them to you to love, to care for, and to watch after. And if you're not going to, you need to put them someplace where they will be loved, cared, and took care of, and watched after. I have more respect for you then if you've done that. I don't hate none of these judges. I don't hate none of these people. I'll make that clear now. My prayers go up for each and every one of them, that maybe one day they'll open their eyes and see what a mistake they're making. But that's my opinion. But most time I get my opinion before I feel like Christ would want me to think about it. Because through him I learned that revenge is his, not mine. And I'll leave it with him to do so. I think, yes though, I think, we live in a society where we got so many different ways of getting out and getting the word across. Maybe the TV networks may not pick this up and deliver it. And maybe you may turn it off as soon as you turn it on. But either way you look at it, you heard a little of it, or it is getting out. And I know that for a fact. And I thank God for that. And I pray if you do hear this, and I pray God lay it on your heart, that you'll pass it on down the line. And I figure if enough people get together, they can be something done about this. We can always change these laws that's wrong. We can take these judges off the bench that's doing wrong. And some of them, I think, something more be done to them. Let them spend their time in jail. Maybe their attitude would change then. Same way you lawyers also. As I said before in the video before, I said, look at this country. We got a bunch of lawyers and nobody can get nothing straightened out. Just a big old mess, all it is. Because they can't take this to work for it. They got to break it down in 50 different meanings. No is no. Yes, it is. Very simple. But anyway, I come on here since I started this. Madison set it up for me on Facebook. And I would like for you to go over to the village and look at it. And if you got any comments on anything, good or bad, don't matter. I'd just love to hear the way you feel about it and what you think about it. And think maybe if the mother done it twice, then she would get off her parental rights stuff away from her. And that, that's just the way it should be. Or if you got a better solution, I'd love to hear that too. Not me, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people would. Well, anyway, I'm going to cut it short with you. I've done 12 minutes this time. That's pretty good for me. And I'm going to let it go. And I pray to God that you listen to it and watch it. Look at the other videos too. I hope you do. And I pray that God take care of each and every one of you. And I give you a blessed good night. Bye-bye.